Howdy everybody, and welcome to another edition of Stock Show Confidential. I'm Terry Jordan. This week we return to the Alamo City for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. You can see behind me the arena's kind of quiet, but here in just a little bit it's going to be filled with action as we find out who they crown as the grand champion lamb of the San Antonio Livestock Show and Rodeo. I'm here with my longtime friend, Mr. Frank Craddock. Frank, you have been an institution here as far as the goat and lamb business goes, and I know it goes back to early in your career, a national champion on judging teams for many years, but this is something that comes from your heart that you give back to these young people.
Well, Terry, I grew up in the 4-H program and FFA program in Medina, Texas, a little old town right out of San Antonio here, and went to A&M and judged at A&M and got out of there and went and got a master's degree and a PhD, and now I'm the sheep specialist, but I've always been involved in the sheep and goat business, and I showed at this show back all my life, graduated from high school in '67, so that puts me back in the 50s when I started showing here. So I've got a soft spot in my heart for San Antonio, Texas, and I love this show.
Well, and it's not just here. I mean, I see you at every one of the majors. You've been across the country and across the world, for that matter.
Well, I don't know. I counted up one time. I think I've judged in something like 35 states in the U.S. I've judged in England and Canada and Mexico, and you know, that's all well and good, but what I really love is the young people. That's why I'm in this business, and it's been fun. I'm fixing to retire, but I've had a blast.
One of the things that San Antonio did for you was to give you an award.
Yeah, yesterday morning when we started, they gave me an appreciation award, and totally unexpected. I was not expecting that. I'm not one that likes those kind of things.
Well, they kind of pulled a little trick on you.
Yeah, they did. I was over in the goat barn doing paperwork, and they tricked me to come over here, and that's what they did to me.
Well, my friend, congratulations. Thanks for what you do for the stock show industry, and thanks for what you've done for Stock Show Confidential.
Well, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed you. Thank you for having me, and I'm not through. You know, I'm going to still do this, and so maybe not in quite the capacity that I have in the past, but I'll be around.
They're going to be seeing Frank Craddock for a long time to come, my friends.
I hope so. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
For maximum performance in the show ring, Lubricant Livestock. For lifelong joint health, Lubricant Livestock. For stock show animals and your beloved pet, Lubricant Livestock. Lubricant Livestock's oral supplement developed by Dr. Stephen Alday is safe and 100% all natural. Lubricant Livestock's patented hyaluronic acid formula ensures the integrity of synovial fluid, the key component for protection and lubrication of all joints. Keep your livestock floating with Lubricant Livestock.
On this week's Sunglow Spotlight, we'd like to shine the spotlight on Jada Johnson from Pinedo, Indiana. Congratulations, Jada. We're here at San Antonio and I'm sitting next to Sloan Eschner. Now Sloan, didn't quite work out as well as you had thought today, huh?
No sir, it did not. We were expecting a little different, but you know, hey, that's a stock show.
Sloan, I understand you're a pretty good basketball player.
Yes sir, I do enjoy basketball.
Now y'all are in the state playoffs, right? And the stock show's not the only thing that you do.
No, during the tie in the stock show season and the basketball season, it comes up pretty big, pretty kind of time consuming.
So how do you think that's going to go this year for y'all? What's your expectation on basketball?
I think we have a really good team. I think one of the best teams that have rolled through the high school in quite a while. We've set a lot of high goals for ourselves and we're achieving them one goal at a time.
He is a great kid. I've been blessed with two really great kids. Kyle is the oldest, and then Sloan, he's a senior in high school. They call Sloan a gentle giant. I mean, he's just a sweet kid all around. Everybody likes him, good-hearted.
I want to back up to May 2012. Your life took a dramatic turn. Tell me how that day unfolded.
Actually, me and Mom were outside the house studying for the state livestock competition, the judging contest. We were going over questions and the phone rang and we were outside and she ran inside. The only thing I heard was she said, "Dad's hurt." He was shredding that afternoon and it was a Sunday afternoon and we got there and the story had been that he heard a noise from the shredder and when he turned around, a piece of metal was lodged into his head, into his brain. And the Starflight and everything was there and we went to hospital and they said things didn't look good and lasted about 2 or 3 days and then he eventually passed away.
Well, I know that your husband's name was Tim and a great role model for both your boys. Just a hard-working, just salt-of-the-earth guy that never told his friends no.
Right, he was always willing to help, you know. I told his dad, I guess, after, you know, all this happened, I said, I realized a couple months ago, and I said I'd been with this guy for 30 years, that there just wasn't enough of Timmy to go around because everybody needed a little bit of him, and he wanted to help everybody, and that's what he did. He was an awesome guy.
Tell me how the stock show community has, they sort of wrapped their arms around you guys and helped you.
They're just like my second family. They've been there for me through everything. I couldn't ask for a better ag teacher. He's been there through it all. He's one of my best friends too, and he's also my ag teacher. I mean, he plays many roles. His family has been great. I have a couple friends here that show too that are younger classmen. They're sophomores, and I mean, you just couldn't ask for anyone better. They've always been there to help me when I'm busy. When I'm at basketball late, they've always offered to help me with something that I had, and I just couldn't ask for any better friends in a community.
Sloan has been showing lambs since he was, I guess, a sophomore, and he showed commercial heifers before that. And all our life we've had cattle, and you know, my husband always raised cattle and that kind of thing, and it's taught him a lot. I mean, he's learned responsibility, and I mean, when this happened to us, I mean, my boys really, I mean, it's like they grew up 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just, you know, amazing the things that, you know, everybody has done for us and that kind of thing. But as far as the agriculture thing, I said that's what Sloan wants to do when he grows up. I said my husband would always take him with him, and they would do, you know, stuff with the cows, work the calves, and he knows so much about it, and I'm glad for that. You know, I said we have land and cattle and raise horses and that kind of thing. And
I also know that basketball is not your only sport. I understand you're a pretty good football player as well, but this last year that took a little turn as well.
Yes, sir. When everything happened, I really looked at my life in a different way. I just kind of sat down with myself and said, what's important to me? What do I need to do to take care of everyone and to kind of get the job done? And I knew the stock show was where it was. I love it 100%. I mean, it's pretty much my life, and that and basketball have really just kind of helped me through everything that I've gone through, and I just couldn't ask for anything else.
Well, I know whenever you lose one of your parents, it's something that you never get over, and I know it's very hard to keep a smile on your face each day, but with the livestock community behind you, I know that you've got a very bright future. And I can also tell you that, Sloan, God only gives us one day at a time, each and every one of us. So we got to cherish each and every day that we have. And God bless you, my friend. We'll see you down at Houston. Good luck down there, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Stockshow Confidential is brought to you by the following sponsors: Sullivan Show Supply and Stockshow University, Sure Champion, Sunglow Feeds, 5-Star Ford, WW Livestock System, EB Trailer, Lubricant Livestock, and StockshowConfidential.com. For the ultimate in show cattle transportation, look no further than the EB Rough Deck with the Final Drive Option Package. They'll put you in command of the road and the show. With the same construction on gates, floors, latches, and doors as the EB commercial semi-trailers, you can be sure your trailer will not only look great, but perform like a champ for years to come. Check out EB's full line at your local dealer or on their website, www.mheb.com. Make my first choice in livestock trailers yours too, EB Trailers. This segment of Stockshow Confidential is brought to you by WW Livestock Systems, the leader in livestock handling equipment.
Let's bring out a reserve champion. This is Clayton Ramsey. His hometown is Navasota, Texas. He's a Brazos County 4-H'er. Now for the medium roll. Let's have Jessica Puente come to the ring. She's from Stockdale. She's a Wilson County 4-H'er.
Are we ready to go? We're going to get it down. Okay.
He gave us his time and his opinion, and that is to be respected, and his commitment to young people throughout his career. If you're here, and again, if you can hear me, put your hands together for Mr. Kyle Smith.
Before I select a champion, I do want to say, let's once again, this group of people that are here tonight representing the leadership of the San Antonio Livestock Show, the Rick Machen, Marvin Inzer, and all of the volunteer team, let's put our hands together and say thank you. I've really enjoyed lining up the sheep. There's 8 great ones here in my mind. I can go home and say they were truly the best, and I believe that. I really feel like we've got a great champion and reserve champion. These lambs are all high quality, but the 2 that I'll name, Grand and Reserve, I'm proud to hang a banner on them. I'll do that at this time. Y'all come on, we'll do this together, all right? All right. Okay, well, let's get it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet.
Folks, that's your grand champion of the 2014 San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. That's Jess Puente, Wilson County 4-H with our champion medium roll.
Well, we're joined by Clayton Ramsey. Clayton, you had a reserve breed champion here at San Antonio. Tell me about the lamb.
Well, the lamb is a fine wool, and we got reserve, and I actually didn't think he was going to do as good as he did. We've been traveling with the judge, Kyle Smith, for 8 years, going to stock shows, so I didn't think that he was going to use him. So I was amazed when he chose me for reserve, and I was
Well, sometimes it's not. They're looking at the lambs, you know. Even though you may know some of these judges and people that travel the country, and we go to enough of these stock shows, we get pretty familiar with the judges that are around the country. So I know it makes it difficult on them as well whenever they see a fine animal out there, and it may be a kid that they know pretty well, but they've got to judge the animal.
Yes, sir.
You had some training also from your dad. Now, I know your dad's down at Texas A&M University.
Yes, sir.
So are you going to follow in your dad's footsteps?
Yes, sir. I'm going to try.
What aspirations do you have as far as, what grade are you in right now?
I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade, all right. So you got several more years to finish up your stock show career. After you do that, go off to college, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to be a veterinarian, go get my master's degree.
That's cool, my friend. Well, congratulations on the reserve champion.
Thank you.
Hey, you're watching Stock Show Confidential, and when we come back, I'm going to pick the grand champion market goat at the 2014 San Antonio Stock Show.
Well, friends, be sure and check out StockShowConfidential.com, our Breeders' Corner. We have the top lamb, goat, pig, and cattle breeders listed there. Check it out. And this week, we're going to highlight some of the top breeders listed there. Hugh and Ann Shaffer from Shaffer Farms are pioneers in the development of the U.S. boar goat industry. Shaffer Farms were members of a syndicate that imported the first boar goat to the United States from New Zealand in 1993. Shaffer Farms can provide you with the boar power you deserve. Honesty, integrity, and sincerity are traits that make Shaffer Farms the success that it is today, where a handshake is as good as a contract. Check them out at ShafferFarms.net. If you'd like to be part of this exciting opportunity to showcase your breeding program or have an upcoming sale that you would like to promote, contact me at Terry at StockShowConfidential.com. Sunglow Feeds, show ring proven. Their feeds have been developed over time to meet your animal's individual needs. One of the largest animal nutrition staffs and research programs in the world. The Sunglow product line blends nutritional technology with practical application to meet the unique needs of the show circuit. Sunglow feeds and specialty products optimized by Showmaster for the look of a champion. Check them out, sunglowfeeds.com.
Now we go to the fun part, right, kiddos? Here we go. We're going to introduce, how about your champion from the lightweight division from the Colorado City, Texas, representing the Mitchell County 4-H, Nadia Vala. The name of her animal is Little Man. Your champion out of the heavyweight division, Kirsten Shaw, hometown of Mason, representing the Mason County 4-H. Is a 4-H vice president and also FFA. She plans to attend Texas Tech University and study pre-med. All right, they're your grand champion. Nadia, guess what you're going to get? $10,000 scholarship right here. You're being presented this along with a buckle, being your grand champion lightweight division. Now we give you the task of selecting our grand champion 2014 San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Market Goat.
Let's welcome one time, and then we'll just bring them back where they were. Be fine. I'm Chad Coburn. I'm the County Extension Agent in Sterling City, Texas. I just got done judging the Market Goat Show in San Antonio. I was really impressed with the quality of the champions and reserves. Was able to find some consistency throughout the show. Animals that were all structurally correct, animals that were all built right from the ground up, and all had muscle shape down their top and out of their hip. I think the quality and differences between 2011 and 2014, when I judged the show in 2011, it seemed like to me that the quality and consistency from top to bottom was a little more, a little stouter for me in 2011. In other words, there was a little more consistency and similarities between the goats from first all the way to the end. Here it seemed like there was a little more variations. There was some, sure enough, really good goats on the top end, and then some goats that were still high quality, but maybe not quite as good and consistent as they were in 2011. As we look at this lineup here, before we get started, I'd like to thank San Antonio Stockshow. These ringmen out here, these two guys are the best in the industry. I think it's appropriate. Let's put our hands together for them. We also have some rock stars over here in the sheep and goat industry. Our two superintendents. Craddock's back there somewhere. The famous guy, and Brent Drennan, we all know them, how famous they are. When you judge a major show, you always expect high standards in terms of the quality that you're going to see. And I'm not going to say I was a little disappointed in the quality here, but it was a little different than it was in 2011. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to apologize for these out here right now, because these are my kind, and I think they were easy to find for me in terms of the champions and reserves. Middle, or the light heavy, is another one that's just incredible in terms of topside shape and power. Big rack in this guy, big turn to his loin edge, he's big in it from behind. Talked about him being a little lower in terms of his chest, tie his neck in just a little higher at his blade, but that one's pretty unique and built right for me. Let's put our hands together. I'm not going to talk the reserves, we'll name a champion, and then we'll go from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your grand champion from the El Dorado FFA goes to Davis Hutto. Davis, you know what you have just done.
One San Antonio.
Let's ask that again. Davis, you know what you just done. We won San Antonio. There we go, all right.
The grand champion was one that was just really good and complete in terms of his composition and his structure. He was a big bone, big footed individual that had the right kind of forerib shape. He had some topside muscle to go with it. He was still sound and good looking on the move. The reserve was another one that was really good in terms of his skeleton. Had a really wide loin edge in him. Compared to the grand, he wasn't quite as good right behind his shoulder blade in terms of his rack shape. I'd like to say that the quality was really good, and hats off to San Antonio for putting on a good stock show.
Friends, thanks once again for joining us on another edition of Stock Show Confidential. We hope you've enjoyed the Lamb Show, and well, a very special thank you to Dr. Frank Craddock. He's been an institution around the lamb and goat barns for a long time, and he's going to be around for a long time to come. So thanks, Frank, for joining us on Stock Show Confidential. Until next time, I'm Terry Jordan saying, here's hoping that we'll see you in the winner's circle.
What do you want me to say?
Just hey, I'm Chad Coburn. Coburn.
I love it.
And we just wrapped up here at the Goat Show today at San Antonio.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Spit cup out of the way.
Yeah. All right.
Closed captioning brought to you by Stand Alone Feeds.